with the Nova. Figured I'd just do a little update. Had COVID here the last about week and a half. I'm getting over it. I'm still a little congested, but I decided I went ahead and ordered a vacuum canister. I got sitting here, just from Jags. I already put the fittings in it, the bracket. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna mount it right here on the firewall. I just drilled the holes out. And then I'm running my vacuum hose. I'm gonna run it through the fender to where it's kind of hidden. And then it's gonna sit right in there. But that's about all I've done. It's about the last thing I got on my list. I was hoping to have been able to drive the car, and the person I was gonna have put my wheels on, or tires on my wheels. Well, then I got COVID, so that got postponed. And then we got snow the other day, so now I'm debating if I even want to take it out, 'cause it's not really supposed to warm up for the next, well, who knows how long. Today's the warmest day. It's finally hitting the 40s, but I did notice my master cylinder video, for some reason, I watched half of it, and then the second half of it wasn't on there. So I just figured I'd do a quick look at that. Fits pretty good. I'm probably gonna do something with those brake lines, but it's always good to have a little extra room, I guess, if you need to cut the line. But yeah, I'm gonna get this canister on here, and I mean, I didn't drive the car, but I just moved it in the garage, and I already noticed the brake pedal felt funny, like there wasn't no vacuum. So I decided the canister ain't gonna, I mean, definitely ain't gonna hurt it, so. But hopefully, I'm hoping it gives me some good brakes. But I'm gonna start putting it on here. There, guys, I got it mounted. You can see where the hoses are back there. Run through the fender. And there it is. I might eventually put this is for a vacuum gauge. I may eventually get one. Just see how much vacuum it's actually holding, but I used to have one on my Trans Am when I had it, and it definitely worked a lot on it, so I'm hoping it does good for it here. But I'm gonna fire it up here and let it idle for a few minutes. Get it up to temperature. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. I do like the new master cylinder. Anything I don't like about it, it's on an angle. And like the fluid, it's kind of weird how you fill it up. It don't seem like it's like, you know, completely full. But we'll fire it up here. One thing I did want to add real quick, since the other video messed up about the master cylinder, is I did have to use the pedal extender. Besides that though, I mean, it was basically plug and play. I already had the 4 studs on the firewall for the bracket. Put that on, and then once you get everything lined up, that goes into the bottom hole of the pedal. And that's about it. Everything bolts up. And the only problem I had was with, well, I bled the master cylinder, and I had a hell of a time getting the line started, so I had fluid going a little bit everywhere. It was very messy, but besides that, wasn't too bad at all. That's actually where all the paint went off of the brake lines, because they used to be painted black, and all the brake fluid ate it off. But I think I cleaned it up enough to where it didn't mess up my fender well. But all right, I just wanted to add that in there. tomorrow too. Since the tires didn't rub, I might try to break it in. Supposed to drive it 5 times for 15 minutes and let it cool in between. So I might try to do that tomorrow, and I'll feel happy with it. But that'll be it for this video now. Until next time. Alright guys, just a quick update here. I ended up taking the calipers back off on the back, and because the bleeder was on the bottom side, and I actually went to go put them on the other side, and this side here of course hit the shock, so I ended up putting them back the way they were. But when I bled them, I had the caliper on the front side of the rotor, that way the bleeder was on top, and I bled them real good last night, and then I put them back on this morning, you know, the way they're supposed to go. And I just moved it back and forth there in the garage, and it definitely seems a lot better. So I think I still had air in the system from when I bled them the last time. I didn't know about the bleeder having to be on top. I mean, I guess it's pretty common sense. Air goes to the top, but you know, you learn as you go, I guess. But so I got that, and it seems like it's pretty good. So I'm gonna go in and clean up, and then I think I'm gonna take it down the road, maybe try to break that rear end in. And it says, you know, 5 times for 15 minutes. So I figure if I drive to my parents, that's about 15 minutes. Drive back, let it cool off in between. Do that a couple times a day. It's supposed to be about 50 degrees today. There's still a little bit of snow in the grass and that, but I was in the road, it don't look bad. So I'm gonna try to mess around with that today. I'll get some video clips of it driving. Down the road, I just got gas. The exhaust ain't too bad inside. I have the windows up obviously, but the brakes feel great. Feels like a new car. Figured 2 years ago I was driving it was manual drums all the way around, and now I got 4-way power disc brakes. Definitely a difference. Definitely a big difference just from the manual disc in the front. But yeah, I was just going about 45, 50 there. I was about just under $2 grand, which ain't too bad. That's a third there. It's a windy road, so it's not a real good road. But yeah, overall, it seems to be driving pretty good. Next thing on the list to do is going to be the front control arms. I'm debating whether to just change the bushings out, or I'm going to I thought about buying a tubular control arms. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but calling for snow a few times this week, so I'm glad I'll be able to get this in today. It's a little chilly out, it's like 45 out. No heater either, but I figure I'd like to just get it broke in, and then I'm going to change the fluid in it and move on to the next step. And that way I'll know it'll be good to go for spring. You guys just made the second round. Next one will be back to my house. It's starting to rain, of course. Can't ever get, you know, nothing ever goes my way, but ain't much to do now. It's already out here, so. But I want to let it cool down. Been letting it cool down about a half hour in between. Drove for about 15, 20 minutes, so. Alright guys, just got back to the house. So this is the third run. I'm supposed to go out one more time and then back. That'll be 5 times. It is raining though, so I'm still debating whether I'm going to do it another time or not. But the car's already wet, so what the hell, might as well do it. But hopefully maybe the rain will stop. But overall, I definitely like it. It definitely runs, drives good. I'd say right around 45, 50 miles per hour. It's right around that 2,000 RPMs, roundabout. And going up a hill might be a little more, but going down a hill might be a little less, you know. But I don't think it's too bad at all. Engine temperature stayed good. So, I definitely like it. You can definitely feel the throttle, how do I say it? The throttle response is definitely a lot more touchy, especially down lower RPMs, but just babying it for now until we get it broke in and everything. But alright guys, I did end up taking it back out, so this is the 4th trip, and then driving it back home will be the 5th. I ended up just coming to my parents because it's raining pretty good, and I was going to go out to the Dunlap Lake, take some pictures, but I don't really feel like getting soaking wet, so. But yeah, I'm just going to drive back home and put it away, and that'll be it for this video. Hopefully next video I'll be tearing into something else. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching.